Mike Campbell, fabulous to chat with you again. The last time we spoke was after the release of the last album, and it seems like ages ago. It was pre-pandemic. How you
Yeah,
doing?
I'm doing really good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. At least you've used the pandemic time to be very creative and productive.
Well, I had no choice, did I? It was, I always would record and write at home on breaks anyway. So this was the same. It was just way too long.
Yeah, I concur with that. How was that time for you at home? I mean, you managed to be productive and make the best of it, but you
Yeah, it was
handled it
okay.
all right.
I had more time to spend with my family, which I've missed over the years a little bit. And I really miss playing. I'm so excited to go out and play next week. But because I had my music in my studio, I was able to keep busy and I didn't go too crazy.
And of course, you were able to call in a whole lot of buddies who also weren't too busy to come in and help you with this.
That's true.
So tell us a little bit about the album.
Well, it's called External Combustion, and then it's an extension of our first album, which was called Reckless Abandon.
Ah,
The album is alive on the floor, mostly four guys just playing. We have a few overdubs, but not many. It's kinetic and it's exciting and fresh because we didn't know the songs too well, just well enough to play them. And I'm really proud of it. I think the writing is, the lyrics have gotten a little more deep here and there. But it's a lot of fun. The main thing with this record is a lot of fun. And I had the opportunity to have two guest singers on here, Margot Price and Ian Hunter. And it was just a miracle that they showed up at the right time and agreed to do it. And that gives the album a little extra push, a little punch to it. And we're just real excited about it. Great
yeah.
sounds, good songs.
It sounds fantastic. Did they actually get into the studio to do it with you, or did you have to do it remotely?
Well, Margot Price did come in the studio. She came out to do some writing with me, her and her husband Jeremy Ivy, which I don't usually do, but I wanted to try it with them. And so she was here and in the studio when we were working on the record. So I drug her into the other room. Would you mind singing a little bit? And she did a verse on this song called State of Mind and some backgrounds. And then she sang some other stuff on a song called Cheap Talk. And she was just phenomenal. She just did. I fell in love with her. And then Ian Hunter was a phone call. He wanted me to do some overdubs on his record that he's working on. So I did a couple of guitars and some songs. And then I asked him, I got little braves, will you want to sing maybe on one of our songs? And he wanted to do it. So
That's
he
awesome.
sings the verse on this song called Dirty Job. And it's just right up his alley, a little rocker. He
Yeah.
put some piano on it and some harmonies. And I just couldn't believe my luck.
Mike, you said that you don't usually write with anybody, but you were really happy to write with Margot. Why her?
Well, I like her honesty. I like her voice. And I don't like much of the modern country stuff. I tend to like the older stuff. But she's got that soul that I sounds familiar to me, like from back with Tammy Wynette and Patsy Cline. She's got some of that essence in her soul, and so I was drawn to her.
Yeah, and she, as you said, she does an awesome job on State of Mind for sure. External Combustion, you said it was tied into Reckless Abandon. Tell me the thinking behind both.
The thinking behind it
Yeah.
was just have some fun and play good, and to capture the band in their reckless abandon way of playing and create some external combustions. Here's a concept here. And it's all about the band and capturing them in their essence. And that's what it's all about.
Okay, so that's the External Combustion, and you've captured that. Where does that then take you for the next one? Have you already got that in mind?
I've got enough songs for at least two more albums. I don't know till I get there, but I think it might be songs of vagabonds and virgins. I don't know, something like that. We might get away from the guitar metaphor.
You said that it really keeps it fresh when the band don't know the lyrics or the music too well, that everybody's just kind of improvising, right?
Discovering it in the moment, and if you get that on tape, then the audience is in on the joke. They're discovering it as you are. So there's a communication there. Yeah.
Can an audience actually hear the difference between when you've played a song, 150,000 times, or when it's recorded after just playing it a few times?
I believe they can, because it's how do I describe it? It's a visceral thing. And I think that people can sense when you're really sincerely having fun and not just working something to death and putting pieces together. That's a fine way to make records too. But I think people can sense, like all the records I grew up on in the 60s, they were guys playing in a room,
Yeah.
and to have that energy on my record. And I do believe people can feel it. Yeah.
So you think that that's the way music is heading generally, that we're getting away from that overproduction and getting right into the raw stuff again?
Well, we are. I don't know about the
It's
rest
great.
of the world.
Yeah, it's great. Well, they say everything old is new again, and you're hitting it.
I hope some of the new bands go back to the Renaissance era and draw on some of those inspirations. Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I spoke to you, I remember talking to you and asking you why you'd called the band the Dirty Knobs, and you gave me a big explanation about that. I wondered how that name's being appreciated these days. Is it being accepted well?
Well, it got a couple of chuckles at the beginning, but nobody brings that up anymore. I mean, we were going to put up, we called ourselves the Dirty Knobs because of a knob in the studio. And we would play, and we've been together like 20 years. We would play, around LA and clubs and stuff. I would do between Heartbreakers tours. And we used that name because it made us laugh. And it kind of got stuck to us. And then when we were going to put out our record, I considered changing the name of the band to something less suggestive. But that's who we are, and we're going to stick with it. And if you read it a certain way, that's in your head.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And who have you got in the band with you? Who comprises the Dirty Knobs?
Well, there's a 4-piece band. There's another guitar player named Jason Sine, who also does some singing. Bass player named Lance Morrison, and a drummer named Matt Logg. And we all have nicknames. Like Jason is called the Ape, Lance Morrison is called Crawdaddy, and the drummer is called Swamp Fox.
And what's your nickname?
I'm Gator.
Gator. All right. What's the story behind that?
Well, I'm from Florida. Dude, I think nicknames. It's funny. All bands or gangs, that hang together, tend to give each other nicknames. It's an endearment thing, and the Heartbreakers had nicknames too. But we won't go into that. But it's just something that bands do, and like when I talk to them, I call them by their nickname. Like, hey, or Swamp Fox, play it. It just it kind of keeps us in a brotherly kind of thing.
That's awesome. Do you ever miss the days playing with the Heartbreakers, or you've moved
all,
past that now?
all the time. I mean, I'm growing through it, but it was a major part of my life, and yeah, I'm still grieving, but I'm pressing on with my own music, which is keeping me sane and stable mentally, I hope.
Yeah.
Of course, I miss the guys, and I miss Tom a lot, but he's kind of always with me, I feel. He's always kind of right there next to me.
Has the loss of him actually changed your lifestyle any?
No, not my lifestyle. I mean, I still have a band. I still write and record and go out and play live. That's all I know. I mean, it's in a smaller level. Heartbreakers we were playing stadiums and stuff, which is fine. This band, we're going to start at the bottom and work ourselves up, maybe to theaters eventually. But I miss playing with the Heartbreakers, but I love playing with this band. I really love it. It's my band, and they follow me. And we're not saddled with having to play hits or anything. We just play what we want to play, and maybe we'll have a hit someday.
Yeah, I was going to say if those tracks do become hits, you will be having to play them.
Freedom and not being, obligated to play 12 songs that people know. We just, they might know one or two songs, and the rest of it is we're on stage with you, we're having a moment together, and we're going to make it work.
Yeah,
I
it's
love.
awesome. And what sort of reception are you getting?
Well, we haven't started the tour yet. We start in a week, but I'm getting great reaction for the record, which is encouraging. And the band sounds really good. I can't wait to play in front of people.
Any chance we'll see you down under here in Australia?
Well, yeah, we're going to go everywhere except Antarctica eventually, but not this year. We're going to work the States for a while and try to build a little momentum, and then maybe next year go to Europe and Australia. I'd love to go back down there. I mean, I love it down there. We had a great time with
Yeah,
Fleetwood Mac. Went down there.
yeah, we'd certainly love to see you. And you're still on that hiatus from Fleetwood Mac, or when they get going again, will you rejoin?
That's a good word for it. It's a hiatus. We had a meeting at the end of the tour, and everybody was tired and wanted to do different things for a couple of years, and then it was left like if something comes up and we want to do something, we'll think about it then. Right now, I think Stevie wants to do some solo stuff, tour her own stuff for a while. I think John wants to stay on his sailboat. Christine's probably tending to her garden in England, and I don't know. That could be a ship that sailed, but it sure was fun. That tour we did was awesome. Yeah.
And you're still as passionate, obviously, about this your band making your music, taking it out to the people. It's still just as much fun today as it was when you first started out.
Absolutely, and fun is the key word. And that's such a gift that it still is fun for me. I remember the first time I got in a room with four guys and tried to play, together. There was this adrenaline flow of joy. And I still get that. We get in the rehearsal and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And that feeling is still there, and
How great.
um,
How, how great. And I guess you'll keep doing it until that feeling exhausts itself, if that
I
ever
don't,
happens.
until I drop dead, I don't think it's ever going away. It's
Wow,
too powerful.
it's too powerful. What a wonderful profession. Mike Campbell, I better let you go. I thank you so much for your time today. Love your music, love your band. Can't wait to see you back in Australia again with your band. And this album's just awesome. Congratulations.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Thank you so much for your compliment. I appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thanks for your time. Have fun
Okay.
out there.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.